worth a try.
I do not see, magician, but I see your companion very clearly. With such silver hair as he has, I ought to be able to see him very well.
Your Majesty?
A king, say? That's all very well, but I'm bound to observe that I have never heard of any of your kingdoms. Lost hope? Where is lost hope? The city of iron angels, where is that? I am King of Great Britain, sir. A place everybody knows and is clearly marked on all the maps. Sir, do not be angry. I am a king, you are a king. Let's all be kings together.
Your Majesty.
I wouldn't
Hear me.
dearly like that. The last time I was permitted out of these rooms was on a Monday in 1810. 946 years.
Your Majesty.
May I be of assistance, sir? Sir.
That this music be the envoy sent to summon the king. That this slipper be the hansel the king shall receive. And let the moment of this flame's death be the moment the king shall appear.
I believe this is yours, Your Majesty.
This act will have consequences, magician.
Where did you go, sir?
A most serious matter has arisen, Stephen. All our wonderful plans have been rudely overturned. Once again, it is the stupid magician who thwarts us.
Who is that old gentleman, sir?
By the King of England, of course. I had brought him here so that you might fulfill your destiny by cutting off his head and taking his place.
But the king has 13 children, sir. The crown will be passed on to one of them, as had been unto a man such as I.
Oh, the king's children are all fat and stupid. Who would wish to be governed by such frights when they might instead be governed by you, Stephen? His noble countenance would look so well upon a coin. What should we do?
About what, sir?
The magician, Stephen. He is our enemy. We must destroy him utterly and take his wife. Oh, Stephen, you are brilliant. Of course, it will be very hard to find, but it will destroy him utterly.
What will, sir?
Mosshook. We must find and awaken the Mosshook. If we use it well, the magician will bargain our life away. And the beauty of it is, Stephen, he will have no notion that he has done so.
Sir!
Why are there no spells to cure madness, sir?
Because the audience...
Where have you been, Windsor? What I read once that fairies have a strong interest in madmen. Is that true? Is it not in Chaston? Where's Chaston?
It's in the northwesterly bookcase. What occurred there, Mr. Strange? Windsor. Mr. Strange.
Yes. Is it your belief, Mr. Knoll, that fairies have left England completely? And what of mirrors? I remember a reference in Ormskirk to a kingdom that lies behind reflective surfaces, full of the most
What is
remarkable...
all this talk?
I'm sorry, but when I was with the king...
It was agreed we could do nothing for the king.
Yes, but you see, a very odd thing happened with His Majesty.
Well, if you persist in doing magic without reference to me, Mr. Strange, odd things will happen. We must keep to our agreed plan. We must stand together upon it. It is more important now than ever it was. Is that clear?
May I speak frankly, sir? You've heard whispers of it, I'm sure. But when I was in the peninsula, after the loss of your books, for which I'm very sorry, I performed magic which you might not have considered respectable. Magic of older times. I'm not proud of it, sir, but often, sir, it worked.
It may have worked in an imperfect sort of way. Perhaps because you were not in England.
No. This was a different sort of magic to anything we've done up to now. It felt different.
Things are done in times of war, or for the furtherance of noble causes, which might be most regrettable in times of peace. I do not say you should be ashamed. I do not say that.
You have always said that magic, the old magic, was no longer possible.
It is not. But of course, there may be remnants here and there.
I think these things were remnants.
Mr. Strange, I have been studying magic for 40 years. We dare not meddle with such things. They are only half understood.
Surely it is precisely because it is only half understood that we must. If there exists a magic beyond the magic that we do,
then we let it alone. We must say that modern magic is the only way, or we will end up beggars in yellow curtain tents. This other magic it will not do, sir. It will not do. Have you read the proof of Mr. Lascelles' book yet?
No, not yet.
It is a very fine book. It is my hope that it will establish Norrelite magic for the modern age. Do you understand?
Yes, I believe I do.
Right, a man, housekeeper. I have a letter for you.
Lady Pole, my name is John Sigonis. This is my friend and colleague, Mr. Honeyfoot. Welcome to Staircross.
Madam.
For your own good, madam. So, you are the lady whom Mr. Norrell brought back from the dead.
Have you been mad housekeepers for long?
No. Her ladyship will be our first patient.
But you are doctors.
Not in the fullest sense of the word. Beg your pardon. Oh. There we go. Your new lodgings, madam.
So what are you then?
Well, you're magicians.
I'm not.
Stephen, turn me back to London.
No, my lady, no.
You were Norrell's men. I am sold once more. Stephen!
We are no friends to Mr. Norrell.
Believe me when I say we are here for your benefit, my lady, and yours alone.
Well, then you will let me go at once and not make me stay one more moment in this place. Stephen! Stephen, turn me back! Stephen! No! Stephen! Please! Come back now!
Well, that went very well.
Lascelles does not do you justice.
It's hardly a surprise. It was most inconvenient to him that I did not die in the peninsula.
There was no mention at all of the magic that you did in the war. Everything Noel's ever done is puffed up to ridiculous proportions. In the way that he tells about Lady Pearl. If you have any sense, you refuse to attach your name to it.
You write another book. Does not matter. I do not concern myself with such things. I'm a magician, that is all.
The King's magician. The Duke of Wellington's magician.
I'm your magician, Belle. And my own. Anything beyond that is distraction. You have things to discover.
Do you remember the first spell that you did?
Yes. Yes, and yes again. I remember it perfectly well. What do you expect me to do? Things are as they are. Sorry.
Seems to me we've lost sight of why we started on this path in the first place.
They say Napoleon is not finding exile very much to his liking. They say he has very little to do and very few hobbies.
This is Mr. Davy and Mr. Faraday and our other great scientists felt obliged to begin their lectures by expressing their loathing of Isaac Newton.
You touched your nose. You're moving the balls about by magic.
I may sneeze, Grant, mayn't it? I have a cold.
Might the table be free? No, it might not.
How is Lord Wellington?
Duke, you mean, concerned. He's worried that Napoleon will return.
Why did they not give you a baronetcy or something when they made him duke?
Lord Liverpool says they considered it, but they felt they would have to give Norrell something too. I don't think anyone quite has the stomach to call him my lord.
Sirs, you were talking, not playing. Mr. Tantony and I are from Nottinghamshire. May we not play while you chat?
To ask a gentleman to break off his game before it has ended, sir, is a thing that is never done at the Bedford.
Well, then perhaps you could tell me whether you think it will be a short game or a long one.
We do not know, sir.
This is Mr. Tantony's first visit to London. I particularly wished to show him in the Bedford, but I did not think to find the people here so very disobliging.
Well, then I can only suggest that you'd return home to Nottinghamshire, I think it was you said.
Are there no pigs to be fed there?
Mr. Tantony and I are not farmers, we are brewers.
We have beer enough, thank you, sir.
We're not here to sell beer. Mr. Tantony is being instructed in magic by Mr. Strange himself.
What?
Oh, yes. Mr. Strange writes Mr. Tantony letters full of the most remarkable advice, such as, I will not tell you. You can come to your own arrangement with Mr. Strange.
You pay Mr. Strange?
Oh, yes. 70 guineas.
And you have not met him?
No, but we hope to. We're going to go and stand outside his house tomorrow.
What advice does he give you?
Tell him.
Oh, yes. Well, the other day, Mr. Tantony asked for a spell to make it stop raining in Nottinghamshire. Mr. Strange wrote back to say he would never employ such magic. He said, did he not, Mr. Tantony, that in meddling with English weather, we meddle with England. And in meddling with England, we risk destroying the very foundations of English magic.
Have you ever said such a thing?
Yes, but not to these gentlemen. Sir, I am Jonathan Strange, and I've never heard of you before today. You are the victims of a hoax.
Yes, indeed. You are no more Mr. Strange than my wife is.
It is easily resolved. There are any number of magical things my friend could do to prove it.
Oh, yes. And what might they be?
Yes. Tell us, Merlin.
Good Lord. Where did he go?
How is Mr. Strange?
Busy, madam, busy. But only yesterday he inquired most particularly after you.
I should think so. I have paid him more than 100 guineas, sir. The very last